Gavin DeGraw. Come on. I don't like you, but I love you. Oh, chariot, your golden ways are walking down upon this face. Oh, chariot, I'm singing out loud to guide me. Give me your. I'm in love with a girl who knows me bad. Fell for the woman just when I met her. Into my sweet time and I was bitter. Someone understands and she knows how to treat a fella right. Give me that feeling every night. I want some big love when I want to fight. Now someone understands me.